Come here. My name is Terry Cummings, and my position is I'm the co-director and co-founder of Poplar Spring Animal Sanctuary, which is a 400-acre refuge for abused and abandoned farm animals. She was found wandering on a train track. We don't take injured wildlife. We're mostly a sanctuary for farm animals. We started because we felt there was a real need for a refuge for farm animals. A lot of our animals actually come from the city. Hey, chick, 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 chick. A lot of our chickens and sheep and goats have actually been found in DC. And he was rescued from a parking lot. Someone had taken 6 baby chicks and tied them up in a plastic bag. And somebody just happened to hear peeping coming out of the box, and so they opened it and found these little baby chicks, and Harrison was one of the survivors. There are a lot of sanctuaries for dogs and cats and even horses, but not so much for cows and pigs and goats. This is Emily. She is totally blind. She was born blind, and her owner just abandoned her when she was a little calf. She was stuck in a snowstorm. She got on the wrong side of the fence, separated from her family, and he said, just let nature take its course, and he just left her to die. And we talked to the humane societies in the area, and they told us that a lot of times they actually had to euthanize animals that they rescued just because there were no homes for them. Zachary is our youngest goat. He's only about 9 months old, and he was found on somebody's deck in Greenbelt. The owner said he was going to sacrifice him for New Year's. There's a religion called Santeria, and they do animal sacrifices as part of their religious ceremonies. It went through the court system in the United States, and under freedom of religion, they are allowed to do that. So it was January, and he was left outside in the cold and -degree weather. And he was so cold that he was crying, and somebody thought it was a human baby, and so they called the police. Farm animals, unfortunately, are exempt from all the anti-cruelty laws that would apply to like a dog or cat. Come here, Gloria. She was rescued from a man who was really cruel. He kept her in a little tiny dirt pen, and whenever she tried to escape to go and eat grass on the other side, he would bring her back and punish her by tying her head to her hoof and leaving her like that for an extended period of time. We have about 200 rescued animals. They all come to us from humane societies up and down the East Coast. If they find them abandoned or if they take them in from a cruelty case, they'll call us, and if we have space, we bring them here. And once they come here, they get to live here for the rest of their life. So Charlotte was rescued in Hagerstown when she was just 1 day old. She was found on the side of a highway. She fell off of a truck on her way to an auction. She still had her umbilical cord attached. We do have a small staff. We have 4 part-time animal caretakers, and my husband Dave and myself, who are the directors. We have currently 3 summer interns and probably about 100 or more volunteers who come on a semi-regular basis.
I love animals, and so I feel like all of these guys, they need somebody to take care of them. A lot of them have been through a lot in their life. They've been through abuse or neglect, and it's nice that they have somewhere to come where everyone's going to love them and take good care of them. I think my favorite part of working here is just when the animals come up and they want to be loved. It feels really good to be able to give them the love that they want.
This is Minnie Moo. He likes his chin scratch. Where's that chin? There it is. Oh, Minnie Moo. The guy took him in to be slaughtered, and they said he was too small for the slaughter chute to take him home, fatten him up, and bring him back. And the woman behind the counter felt so sorry for him because he was so skinny and tiny that she ran after the man and paid a few dollars and purchased him to save his life.
I volunteered here when I was in elementary school, and I just graduated in Maryland with a BS in animal science. And I'm sort of like the outsider just because I'm not a vegetarian or a vegan. but I feel like by the end of this internship, I'll probably change my eating habits a bit more.
This is Rocky. He was found in Philadelphia, just walking down the street, and he has a condition called CAE, and in goats it causes a severe arthritis, so he has trouble walking. He's really sweet. He's a very nice goat. Boy, he just can't walk very well. Most of the animals that are here are from cruelty cases where they've been actually confiscated from the owners because of neglect or cruelty. Hi, Bertha. You belly rub. Oh, yeah. You like the belly rub. This is Bertha. She was the sole survivor from a pig farm in Carroll County. A man had all these pigs and he just wasn't feeding them anything. He was just letting some of them die and feeding the dead ones to the live ones. If it's a starvation case where the owner, for whatever reason, has just stopped feeding their animals and some of them have already died, usually it has to get to that level before they can legally go in and confiscate the remaining survivors and then try to find homes for them. The other reason that we get animals is from abandonment. We got a truckload of pigs. Our biggest rescue of all was in 1998. We got a truckload of 171 pigs that was abandoned in DC on its way to a slaughterhouse in Pennsylvania, and the driver just pulled over in northeast DC with his tractor trailer 3 levels high and left it there. The pigs were on the truck for over 24 hours, no food, no water, and possibly longer. Some of them had already died on the truck. See, they make a lot of noise, but they don't do anything. We have a program whereby you can sponsor an animal. Instead of adopting him and taking him home, the animal gets to stay here, and people can pay a monthly contribution, which is tax deductible, and they can come and visit their animal whenever they want, and it helps to pay for their feed and hay and vet care throughout the year. Siona has Audrey. She's a Japanese silky hen. You can hardly see her eyes from all the puffy hair.
They wanted to sell her, and they thought if she was spray painted yellow and green, she would sell. She's a lot less yellow and green than she used to be.
Each year we have 4 fundraisers to help raise money to take care of the animals. In May we have a run for the animals, which is a 5K run and a 1-mile fun walk. And then in July we participate in the Montgomery County Farm Tour. And we're just like a big open house. People can come and visit the animals. And then in the fall, usually September, October, we have our big open house, which is our biggest event, where we have a big silent auction and a band and food donated from restaurants. And it's a lot of fun, and people can walk around that day and visit the animals too. And then the end of the year in November, right before Thanksgiving, usually the Saturday before Thanksgiving, we have our Thanksgiving with the turkeys. That's Perry. Now somebody dropped him off on our driveway this past Thanksgiving. He's left in the middle of our driveway. No note, no anything. They are the guests of honor. Instead of being on the dinner table, they get their own table, which we chop up fruits and vegetables and rice and tofu and things. And they actually get to eat first, and then we have a big vegan potluck afterwards. This is Jason. He is a 10-year-old black Angus steer. He came from a truck accident. A big tractor trailer flipped over on the Pennsylvania Turnpike. And he was one of 130 steers that were on their way to a feedlot, and the top level came down and crushed the ones on the bottom, and there were only 30 survivors, and he was one of the lucky ones. Some of them came from the worst situations, but in the end it's what saved their life.